Test 1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Bott and I'm here to introduce you to our exciting athletic project that we have coming up. This summer we'll be working on Phase 1, and as you can see the fields behind me, Phase 1 is going to go all the way from Arlington Heights Road all the way up to our basin that we have over here. The basin will be included in Phase 2, which you will see in later videos. But in Phase 1, what we are going to get is we are going to get a brand new varsity softball field that is going to go up in the corner right here. In between all of it, we will have a ticket booth and a concession stand that will also double as storage for ourselves. And then we will have an auxiliary turf field that could be used by all of our sports and some of our fine arts groups. And then behind the turf field, we are going to have our brand new tennis courts. The project kicks off here next week. We'll be excited to show it to all of you. Brand new in the district, we are doing a time-lapse video. So we'll have a video that's going to get cut together at the end of the project and turn this month-long project into a couple-minute video. And we will post that on the website as soon as we are done with this video. So we'll be excited to show you the progress and share this project with you.
The manufacturing lab here at BG has been an amazing addition to help students just understand more about engineering and manufacturing, and it's been inspiring them to go on to bigger and greater things.
Got it in. So I'm interested in going into chemical engineering. I actually got accepted into 2 universities with it, which are MIT and Notre Dame. I actually got a full ride from Notre Dame. If it wasn't for this lab, I really wouldn't have gotten to experience any of the hands-on things that I did get to experience. I wouldn't have realized that, oh, it's not just the theory that I liked, it's the actual making of things. And it also wouldn't have made me such a competitive candidate for so many competitive colleges.
So I came here in middle school for the NGE program, and while I didn't get to be in this room, I always walked past it, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of cool stuff. And eventually when I came to BG, I realized that, oh, they offer manufacturing classes and engineering classes, and we can actually get in here and use all this. And I wanted to be a mechanical engineer for a while, and just being able to get in here and better understand all the fabrication and the hands-on stuff that goes into engineering and manufacturing has really helped broaden my knowledge of the entire field. Yeah, that'll work.
I've had a couple other students reach out to me after they've gone to school, and they told me that because of their experiences in this lab and the machinery that they have to work with and the hands-on experiences that they've gotten, they've been just a step ahead of a lot of the other students in their classes. They've had a leg up on the competition, and they've understood more, and they've just had better experiences because of what they've been able to do here in the lab.
Here we are. We've finished the pack house. It's been a long journey, but we finally made it. Let me take you inside and show you around. You can see we've opened up the entire floor plan. Where we used to have 2 rooms and a fireplace, we've got 1 big open space. It flows right into a big open kitchen. So we've completely transformed the space. If you remember, there was a gas meter right next to the front door, a lovely addition for any home. The whole space was all chopped up into small rooms. We moved the nasty old bathroom from the center over into this little core area surrounding the stairs. In the original house, the kitchen was closed off from the rest of the living space. The trend now is to have that accessible to the rest of the living space so that you're not all hidden to do the dishes. We also moved the washer and dryer out from the kitchen and into their own mudroom. The original second floor layout was bizarre. We had a utility closet right in the center of the space that the hallway jogged around. A really nasty little tiny bathroom, also kind of center. Very small bedrooms, strangely placed. So what we did was turn this entire side of the second floor into a primary suite. So very generous bedroom. We've kind of have a nook, which is over the pantry. Might be a good place for seating, or put your bed out here if you like getting the sunlight. Down a small hallway. A generously sized walk-in closet and a custom bath. We put in a hall bathroom about the size of a bedroom. And then we have two very generously sized bedrooms off the side of the house with very large closets. Unfortunately, we had to remove the secret room that used to live above the stairs in order to open up that space and get some more light into the second floor. But I think we replaced it with more useful things. The kids did an amazing job with this house. It was amazing to see the transformation from fixer-upper to brand new family home. They did a great job with all the finish work and the remaining exterior work. It has great curb appeal, and they just did a wonderful job. We've got a new house over in Mount Prospect. We're gonna get going on it this June with our summer apprentices, and we're looking forward to starting again.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to pause this video for a second because we have a special announcement. Surprise. Hi. Here he is.
And thank you for your service to District 214. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, what kid did something really cool?
No.
You did something. How did I not know about it?
Cool, right?
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for your service to District 214. Perfect. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Your retirement and offer a thank you and a gift from us. What's going on? We're going to celebrate you and offer a thank you in your retirement. Thank you for everything you did for Prospect and District 214. Congratulations.
Well, this is quite
I'm speechless.
Good morning. We've got a little surprise for you. Maybe you've seen coming, but
No.
good morning.
Oh, good morning.
We've got a celebration
Oh, okay.
parade coming to you to say thank you for everything that you've done for Rolling Meadows and District 214.
Hi.
Good morning.
Happening right now.
Well, we're here to celebrate you and say thank you for everything that you've done for Rolling Meadows and District 214 and congratulate you on your retirement. Good morning.
Hi.
Welcome to the celebration of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your
Thank you so
retirement.
much.
I gotta go. We're about to be celebrating. I gotta go. Yeah. Well, we've said this a couple times. We want to say thank you again, more formally, and congratulations on your retirement. Joni, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We've got a gift with a lot of wonderful things your colleagues
my
have to say.
goodness.
A bag for
Thank you
travel,
so much.
things to
This is
fill your time. I hear you're gonna love this. But we wanted to celebrate you, and Mr. Master's retiring. So we wanted to come and show our appreciation for your dedication to Hersey High School and District 214, and just say thank you and wish you well. Thank you.
Get over here. Oh my gosh.
He is?
That's the tree service calling me, sorry. Oh, you're already
Tree
moving on,
service.
huh?
We're here for you.
Oh.
To say
Oh.
congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you. I started to watch the video, I didn't finish it. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's okay. This isn't in there, but this is more important.
Oh.
This is us.
Is that why they just called me into that room?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, let's go embarrass you.
Come on in.
Good morning.
Shame on you. Shame on
Thanks
you.
for the help. We're here to celebrate Tim and say thank you. Genuinely. Thank you for all you've done for Elk Grove. And wish you congratulations on your retirement.
Superintendent.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh my gosh. I'm overwhelmed.
Well, good. I'm glad. This is a big deal.
This is so wonderful. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Very, very welcome. Good morning.
She loves attention.
Hey, we're good.
Loves it.
This is the right thing. Congratulations on your retirement.
Hey everyone! We're here to celebrate a very special someone who works in our midst. Cindy Selden.
Good morning. We've got a gift for you and a hearty thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for Elk Grove and District 214. When I understand a Elk Grove grad and then to spend your career here dedicated to our students, I can't say thank you enough. I haven't said this one in a while, but you know what's not in there is an alarm clock.
I don't
Which is
need
the
one.
best part.
I don't want one.
That's the best
No,
part.
thank
We
you.
wish you well and just want to say
Oh my gosh,
congratulations. and
Thank you so much. Thank you
Absolutely.
all very much.
I'm right here. Why? We're here to celebrate you.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for everything that you've done for Elk Grove.
Oh, thank
District
you.
214.
Oh my goodness.
So we've got a gift with a travel bag,
Oh my goodness.
some things to keep you busy, and then
Yes.
some comments from your colleagues showing appreciation.
Oh,
for
thank
your
you.
time working.
Dr. Rowe and Mr. Kelly, it has been the privilege of a lifetime to work here in this district. And the best decision I ever made was to leave the law and become a teacher. So I encourage all of you, working with students is the best life ever. So thank you so
Very
much.
welcome. Very welcome.
Good morning. We've had a lot of work this summer and we're so excited with the progress. So currently the crews are really working on drywall, mudding, painting, finishes for floors and walls and windows, and so you will see the progress is really amazing. So the next steps that we're really looking at accomplishing in the next few weeks are completing all of the finishing work, whether that's the wiring in the electrical outlets, TVs, technology, installing windows and glass, removing the concrete from the Career and Counselor Center, and then repouring it with the big EG inlay. So our hope is to have construction be done by the end of July so that then technology and furniture delivery can begin in order to be ready in early August for staff and students.
This year is our 35th anniversary of starting our Japanese exchange program. I personally, as a student, went on year 10 as a student of Elk Grove High School, and I liked it enough to come back and run the show. Each year, we usually welcome about 10 students from Japan and 2 chaperones, and in June, I usually take about somewhere between 8 to 12 students to Japan to visit their school after we get out of school.
日本と違う文化を学べてすごい良かったです。ウィルスタワーと博物館に行って素晴らしい風景と今まで見たことない 博物館、大きい博物館で素晴らしかったです。
We also do other fun activities as a group. All of us went to main event, the arcade. They did some bowling, they played the video games. After that, we went to go see the Windy City Bulls, and that was a wonderful time, so they got to experience that. We also took a field trip as a group to the city, into Chicago, where we went to the Willis Tower, went up to the Sky Deck, and they also got to learn all about Chicago history. After that, we went to the Field Museum of Natural History. They have really been experiencing a lot of American culture with activities outside of school with their hosts, going to the mall, hanging out with friends, just being teenagers in America.
本当に日本と授業風景とか授業の仕方とか全然違くて、すごいずっとこの学校にいたいなって思いました。授業で友達と一緒に立って学ぶのが新鮮で、日本にも取り入れてほしいなと思いました。アメリカと日本の大きな違いは、お風呂とトイレが一番違うなと思いました。日本は食べ物の味が少し薄いんですけど、アメリカは辛かったり甘かったりがすごく激しくて、食べ物も大きくて面白かったです。
The Japanese exchange program is often seen as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This year we were very lucky to receive a grant from the Japan Foundation of Los Angeles, a grant of $10,000 that's really going to enable us to send kids to Japan. World in this age is becoming a bit cost prohibitive, but because of our sponsors, our grants, and because of the kindness of the host families, we're able to keep this program going for 35 years and hopefully 35 more years. I'm just super happy the kids were able to have an enriching experience, and I'm hoping the same for my students when we go in June, that they get to know each other, they get to strengthen their friendship with the people that they hosted here, and that they get to meet more friends around the world.
またアメリカに行きたいです。日本も素晴らしい場所なので、ぜひ来てみてください。
Thumbs up? Thank you. Good evening. This is the Committee of the Whole meeting for Township High School District 214 Board of Education on Thursday, August 8th, 2024. Can the Secretary please call the roll?
Dessling.
Here.
Fiorito.
Here.
Heineman.
Present.
Palmer.
Here.
Rauch.
Here.
Walker. And Kreutzer.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Could everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. So next is the approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Heineman.
Aye.
Palmer. Aye. Dessling.
Yes.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Rauch.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
We now have the approval of the minutes, July 18th and 30th, 2024. Is it okay if I put these together?
Could we do them separate?
Sure, we'll do them separate. So let's do the minutes open and close for July 18th, 2024. Motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Please call a roll.
Rauch.
Aye.
Heineman.
Aye.
Dessling.
Yes.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Palmer. Abstain. And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0-1.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of July 30th, 2024?
So moved. Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Heineman.
Aye.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Dessling.
Yes.
Palmer. Abstain. Rauch.
Abstain.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0-2.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is public comments, and no one has signed up. Thank you. So we come to Dr. Rowe's report.
All right, thank you. Just a few things this evening. Obviously, it's August the 8th. School is right around the corner. We welcomed all the administrators from across the district on Monday for our back-to-school kickoff, and we met with all of our new staff members on Wednesday. It's energizing to get to this point of the school year. On Monday, we kick off the new school year with all of our staff members back. The day will begin with a district-wide meeting at Rolling Meadows High School. We'll be welcoming Dr. Bill Daggett as our keynote speaker that day. Dr. Daggett is an educational leader known for his pioneering work in education, educational reform, development of innovative strategies to enhance teaching and learning. He's been a keynote speaker at numerous educational conferences. I've seen him lately speaking primarily on artificial intelligence and the shift in public education and where we need to go based on the accelerated change that we'll be experiencing. I find him fascinating, and I think our staff will really enjoy the kickoff that he'll provide to us. Following his keynote, I'll be sharing kind of the areas of focus for the school year. I'll bring those areas of focus to this meeting on the 22nd to share with you all and to share publicly. But I'd like to give them to staff first. So additionally, on the 22nd, we'll have our strategic planning partners with us that will update the board with a presentation on the early stages of our progress and feedback that they've put together in themes from our surveys and focus groups that they've had from the first round of engagement. So looking forward to hearing that presentation and hearing what you all have to say and thoughts on the progress so far. And then prior to that meeting, we will host our initial steering committee. This will be a group of about 40 community members, staff, and students who will help guide us through the process. This group will be a sounding board for this feedback and help formulate it into priorities and themes for us to really build the plan. So eager to get that going with our first official meeting. That's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Rowe. So we have several discussion items tonight, and first one is proposed changes to board policy. Dr. Rowe?
Sure. As you'll notice in here, the proposed changes from press are primarily just 5-year updates after a 5-year review. So primarily are going to be updating on just the legal updates and footnotes. And then below that are our the policies that we approve annually that are just updating with current law. Nothing of major substance.
So I do have a question. I got to get to it. Let's see. Proposed changes. 2.70 footnote number 7. Oh, this text is so small. It talks about, where are we? 2.70, here we go. An individual may not simultaneously hold 2 offices that are incompatible, except into the second office is a constructive resignation of the first office. The offices of alderman, school board, and park district commissioner are incompatible. Shouldn't have that be alderman/trustee? The district has both. Could you check on that?
Certainly can. I see your logic, and I think you might be right. It's worth checking out.
Which policy is it again?
It's
the very first one, 2.2:70, footnote number 7.
Mm-hmm.
The question is alderman and trustee.
Okay.
Is alderman represent the same thing as a trustee?
Right, right.
Because we have both.
Any other questions on board policy changes? Okay, and then we move to school calendar.
Okay, stick with the same theme. No substantive changes. The school calendar is vetted through our standing calendar committee. Ms. Laskowski in my office kind of chairs and runs that committee with staff members as well as some supervisors in district office. So nothing major to report on the 25-26. We're sticking with the same Same structure.
Last day of classes is May
May
29th. Okay. Discussion, board members. Okay, moving on. Activities and operations, 721, snow removal and ice control contract. Mr. Yulee.
Thank you. I can't believe we're talking snow in August, but here we are. This is in regards to an original bid in 2022 for snow removal and ice control. It was a one-year contract with 2 additional one-year terms available to us. We renewed last year as well. This year, we have taken the actual from last fiscal year, so the actual snow events and the dollars paid, and applied the rate increases to get that total dollar amount. As a reminder, we use 2 contractors to provide the services to the district. Langton has 5 buildings, Buffalo Grove, Elk Grove, Hersey, Rolling Meadows, and Wheeling. And Tovar has Prospect, Forest View, and we still have to do a little bit of maintenance at the 21-23 property for first responder access. So when we apply the percentages to the actuals, administration is recommending extending the existing contract for a total contract value of $435,000.
Discussion, board members.
I have a question. When I read it, it looked like it was based on actual services provided.
Correct.
So is there a portion that's just for them to be on standby, we pay, and then if we have no snow this year or a giant amount of snow, the actual contract price will vary, correct?
Correct. It's based on a snow event, and that's built on the amount of snow. And then it's also built on an ice event, so it could be just a salting, and then it's based on ice prevention if we anticipate freezing weather overnight.
Okay.
And our buildings track all of that through the invoicing
So
process.
while there's a dollar amount in the contract, under no circumstances will that be the actual amount? Because we'll never hit it to the cent, right?
It's
Will we
merely
be
a
above or below?
projection, correct? And we used last year's actual to project for this year.
Okay, okay, thank you.
As far as timing, Mr. Yulee, what time do they guarantee that they will have parking lots, or at least initiate cleaning?
Do you know the answer to that, Annette?
We have 24-hour system.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anana.
Sorry about that. We have the CMA 24-hour, 7 days in the building, and we have the system in place. When we see that it starts snowing, we call the dispatch that we are sure that they will come, and we don't have to wait in a line. They are 24-hour. One is based at Langton, is based on the Woodstock location, and Tovar, it's subcontract that we have the local contractors that they are coming and cleaning. They do that any time when we call them.
All right.
Based on my experience, it's hard to guarantee with the snow, but depending on when the snow begins to taper off, they could be out there as early as 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, if that's when it is going to stop, to be sure it's clear by the time our kids and staff arrive.
Okay.
Yes, and we also have a system that when we know when the storm is coming or we are expecting any type of the snowfall, we have a text group that they are texting us and we are responding if we would like to have it. Sometimes we have to call that even if we are not sure because we have the activity very early in the morning or late in the evening.
That was my concern, because I know, even students show up very early, as well as staff are early, so.
With that kind of weather, I mean, if the timing is bad, it'll be nasty.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have 2 questions. One for Chris. I noticed that one of the vendors, we gave a 5% increase and the other one a 3%. Was that just the way negotiations went?
Yes, and actually Tovar has been a provider to the district for a long, long period of time, and we brought in Langton to provide some competition. And our thought is that Tovar is looking to be very competitive in the future bid, which will come out in the coming months.
Okay.
To try to build on a point, how is big is Langdon in comparison to Tovar? Because Tovar, I believe, is one of the largest.
They're national. Yeah.
Organizations. So I think the volume that they do can probably afford them the ability to have a lower percentage increase.
Okay, so my second question is for Alva. So when we go to approve this, And we know these dollar amounts might not be accurate. What's the proper language that we were using? I'm sorry, I'm throwing this at you. If you,
Thanks a lot. No.
Yeah.
We should have a better idea when it comes to voting,
Okay.
okay? And I'm putting that on you, Chris. What did he say? Look at it, he's looking at it.
Yeah, I think in the
Should be
past,
approving would be
it's
the
just percentage increase.
Right,
Okay.
but you should give us a ballpark.
Yeah, so we're not going to include the dollars in there, because from River Trails, we always would say, you know, at an increase of 3% not to exceed $270,110, which is what you have here.
Right, I would think you'd know
But
the
I'm
dollar.
assuming we're not
amount
going to do that.
on it.
I don't think we have a not to exceed in it, though, because what if we have a very delightfully snowy winter?
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so I don't think that's what you were saying the contract was. I think the contract is whatever snow we need or ice we need removed or mitigated at the percentage increase, and based on last year, it's gonna be about this much. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But if you read what's in the board book, it does have dollars. That's why I was asking that question.
Right.
Right.
I will adjust ahead of.
No, that's okay. Okay. It's not a big deal. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so come back to us next time.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anything else on snow removal? Okay, Buffalo Grove East Fields project.
Thank you. As you all know, we're well underway with Phase 1, and I was over there today, and it's really starting to come to life on the laying foundations and posts, and you'll really start to see
Oh, here it is.
that whole space come to life in the coming weeks with the turf being installed in about 2 weeks. Anyway, this is in regards to, so the map on the TV will kind of show you, the north shelf is where we had 2 existing baseball fields, so those are now gone. The neon arrow is the current varsity softball field, which is being relocated to the northeast corner in Phase 1. With this renovation, that leaves us with 0 baseball fields. So what this project is, this is a smaller project. We're going to flip that existing varsity softball field into a lower level baseball field. So the work that we're seeking approval on is to expand the softball field to a baseball field. So you're adding about 40 feet of dirt. And then, Jason, if you'll flip to the next slide. That's the existing infrastructure. So that's for softball. So obviously baseballs travel a lot farther, and we have condos to the rear of the field and also that retention pond down the left field line. So this also includes a very simple netting system, about 30 feet high, to prevent baseballs from going into the condo complexes. So the scope of the job is the backstop. We're leaving the dugouts as is. We're going to regrade that entire field. We have water issues over there as well. We're going to extend the infield another 40 feet and then lay down new field surface. And we need to get that done ASAP to let the grass grow and be ready for the spring.
Questions, board members?
Makes sense to me.
Looks delightful.
I have a question, but I don't know if it's really directed at Chris. I'm not familiar with the Buffalo Grove High School band. Maybe that'd be a question for you. Where does the band normally, do they practice on the football field, or?
They do.
Okay, so the parking lot, no, that's not an issue?
Well, they practice in a couple areas. I believe the director was talking with the athletic director at the
Okay.
school and has been in conversations with Mr. Yuli as well.
And also today I was over there, actually, I saw them practicing on the field. We took half of the tennis court and converted that into a parking lot, temporary parking lot. We're going to bring in temporary lighting for that parking lot as well, and that'll be another space for the band to practice.
Awesome, that's great.
I have a question. You said that we'll be temporarily with no baseball fields, and you're going to convert one softball field to sort of a lower level JV practice. Where's our varsity baseball players going to be at?
We're going mobile this year. We've been planning with Matt Myers, the athletic director, Jeff Bott, the APAO, Heritage Park in Wheeling with that IGA. We're trying to get as many games as we can over in that facility, and then we're also utilizing some of our other schools in the district for home events as well.
Okay.
When we did the open house, there was a lot of baseball parents that were present. when Jeff and Chris and the others gave their presentation. And it was really sad to hear that the varsity baseball team over the past 2 years had maybe 1 or 2 home games in total, not just, and that was just an eye-opener. And you could just hear the tension in the voices of the Buffalo Grove baseball parents, that they were really upset, but they also saw possibly something light at the end of the tunnel. But for some of them, it was too late because their kids were graduating.
Yeah, it's just the unfortunate piece is that we had to capture that entire footprint to get the work done. So they're without a home field for a year, but we will address that next summer.
Okay.
Mr. Yulee, along those lines, I mean, obviously, students can generally are able to get themselves to the high school for their home games, but in the event, this instance, having them at a different field, are we looking to provide transportation?
Of course, absolutely.
Anything else? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yulee.
Can I get one more thing?
Oh, go ahead.
General construction for the summer, what's awesome and what's a headache for you?
We're actually going to come to the next meeting with an official update. We're trending really well with a lot of our projects. The Elk Grove Student Services project is mostly complete. It's going to be cleaned. It is being cleaned now, but it'll be ready to go on Monday. The culinary space was never designed to be done on Monday, but the classroom portion will be ready for students. We're doing a partition wall where the glass door would be into the lab space. The lab space is still on schedule to be done about October-ish. And then the prospect pool is filled. We have the pump installed, so we're hoping to have that ready to go on Monday. We're trending in the right direction. The roof is also on schedule. And then the weather has beaten us up a little bit on the Buffalo Grove project. So we're a few days behind, but again, that was always designed to be done in October. They got most of the heavy machinery out of there, so that should not impact school when it starts next week. Yeah, so I think we're feeling pretty good about it. Credit to Annette and her team for being on top of this.
I know the prospect roof is done, but I know they were doing a lot of other things up there. Are all the other things?
Yeah, we're in the process of balancing the unit that we put back on. There were a couple of leaks associated with that, but again, we're working through it.
I guess that stuff doesn't affect the students as much, so it's not a big a deal.
Okay, thank you. Next on is Business Services. Mr. Keeley, anything?
No, ma'am, I do not have anything at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. So next we have Community Engagement and Outreach. Mr. Mogi, we're going to hear about Studio 214.
Thank you. Just want to provide some updates regarding Studio 214 and community education. And we do have 2 slides. So for Studio 214, this summer they absorbed the mailroom operations and really been focusing on looking at jobs that we could bring in-house. So this past summer, they updated large format gym and hallway displays at multiple schools, produced freshman planners and brought in-house production of parking passes for most schools, refreshed the MSL signs at 4 of our gyms so far that you see around. Overall, they saved the district about $93,000 by bringing the work in-house. In the middle there, with the Greatest Showman, we offer kind of quote unquote like a rental service. So the schools can tell us what they need and then those rotate out. So that was for the summer musical, for those A-frames. Again, trying to maximize resources so that we can provide more services to the schools. The bottom right there is a theater backdrop. The Hersey signs are new, replacing the state ones. And then you see some of those magnetic boards, as well as in the middle there, the Prospect, the state records. We're able to turn those around much more quickly by doing it in-house. So some positive moves, and we'll just keep growing. The schools keep calling and ask Tony, who's in the room here, to come on out and take a look and say, hey, can you try this? And they'll say, we'll give it a shot, see what we can do. So it's been very, very productive. Yes?
Patrick, I think you sell yourself a little bit short because it's just not us that are benefiting from the services that you and Tony and everybody else have been providing, but a lot of the PTC organizations, the athletic boosters, the athletic teams are all using the services, and they are saving, me as a parent of an athlete, they are saving us money, because if, when those banners for the senior swimmers at Hersey are up there, my funds are paying for part of it as being a swim team parent.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you to all you guys for doing that as well. And the PTCs are saving a lot of money utilizing you guys to make the signs for seniors or for, I'm a knight, I'm a bison, welcome to Mustang country. Those signs are of value to a lot of families, and the fact that the cost is $15 or $20 as opposed to $50 or $75, it saves the parents, and it also helps the organizations as well. So thank you.
And it's because of this board's support to build this out, to provide those capabilities. We also do provide some limited services to some sender school districts.
Didn't know that.
They will need some work done, and we help them out as well to make it more affordable.
I was also going to say, as a parent and who has benefited from Studio 214, the staff is incredible to work with as far as boosters or committees. So thank you very much.
They are a great crew in there, and the online ordering system has just sped up the processes too.
Yes.
More and more jobs can come in and track and then get out the door. So they do great work. For community education, really there's two sides of the house when you look at it, the enrichment side and the adult education and lifelong learning. So I'm going to read a lot of numbers here quickly, and then I'll get to the story up on that slide. So on the enrichment side last year, we had about 365 classes that served about 3,000 individuals. Our theater program and special events held 18 performances. For swim lessons and swim team and water polo, between ages of 3 and 18, we had over 1,000 participants serving this area. Noah Thomas competed in the U.S. Paralympic swimming trials, securing multiple top positions. Community education travel, almost 3,000 community members traveled both locally and beyond, which included about 71 day trips as well as some international trips through our travel partner. For adult education, there were 792 students were in I can't even speak right now, English language acquisition classes. 91 attended adult basic, adult secondary education classes, including the GED program. 258 adults enrolled in citizenship education classes. 8 adult students attended our manufacturing program at Wheeling, which leads to NIM certification. 49 students prepared for the high school Spanish diploma program. In the Women and Children Center program, 47 women participated in English classes, which served 54 preschool-age children. Program participants for Women and Children Center came from 14 different countries, speaking 15 different languages. One of the participants stated, "I couldn't have survived this year without the Women and Children Center. I'm very grateful for everything you have done for me and my children." The Read to Learn adult literacy program, we had 243 adult learners, 153 dedicated volunteers, and that program cannot run without the community members that really make the difference. One of the learners applied to Harper College for classes related to her chemistry degree from Venezuela and began interviewing for jobs. Program sites include 6 libraries, 2 churches, and FEEC. In our Prevention Initiative Birth to 3 home visiting program, we served 82 children and 70 families last year. 5 of those families were homeless. 15 were at the 50% of the federal poverty level, and 25 were at or near the 100% federal poverty level. So really serving our community members. Now on the screen here is Miriam. Miriam is 85. She celebrated her naturalization ceremony to become a citizen. She's a daughter of Polish immigrants and moved to Argentina in 1933. She's a retired pharmacist who raised 3 children, now living across the globe. She immigrated to the U.S. to live with her son while visiting her children. Her son reached out to us and just praised the community education staff for the support, emphasizing how the program has significantly impacted their lives. So it's just one example behind the numbers of the thousands of community members that are touched by this district for lifelong learning. So that's my update.
Thank you. Board members, any comments?
Well, not as interesting as becoming a citizen, but my husband and I have taken advantage of some of the dance classes as we've had kids with weddings. We've done some ballroom dance lessons here at Forest View with Sherry, yeah.
I think we've got video of it.
Oh, yikes. That woman almost killed us with a polka, and I'm here to say that's significantly harder than one would assume. But it was terrific, lots and lots of fun. We're getting ready to sign up for salsa lessons, and then there's the pickleball route. So there's plenty of fun things to do right here at Forest View. So really appreciate that they're running. Yeah, plenty to do at Forest View.
I've learned that you've got to sign up for pickleball on the first day.
Oh.
Yes, right?
There typically is a wait
It's
list.
going to be next semester for me, so.
Anyone else?
A little poll.
Thanks, Patrick. Great report. Appreciate it. Human Resources, Ms. Kraft, please. Summer.
Yep, thank you, Alva.
Yep.
So we've had a very long hiring season and fruitful hiring season. If you remember, we pushed up our staffing process to February, jumped on the job fair March 1st, and we're offering contracts on March 1st. I got our last teacher recommendation to hire at 10 o'clock this morning. So we're fully staffed. From a teaching perspective, we have 31 new teachers to the district. We also have 45 new ESP to the district and 17 unfilled ESP jobs as of today. And part of that, some jobs have been sitting, but part of that is just with needs of students, different positions coming on. We've hired 4 custodians, or 4 members of the CMA since the end of last school year, and we currently have 2 vacancies. So we will have teachers in all the classrooms, and we're still seeking some paraprofessionals. We're working with Patrick's department on really pushing out information, seeking substitutes, especially for some of our specialized programs in the specialized schools, long-term and daily subs. We're in a pretty good position, all things considered. We're ready to go.
Thank you. Any questions? Kate, when we were here Monday, there was bus certification going on. Was that through your department? Was that through us at all?
No, the bus vendors run the bus training. We just offer the facility.
Facilitate. Are we good with bus drivers?
Very good with bus drivers, yep. And that hasn't been the case for a while, but this year we're fully staffed.
Great, thank you. Next is Student Services.
Thanks, Alva. I had the pleasure of spending time with the deans.
Microphone.
Sorry. This is a tiny one. Sorry, I had the pleasure of spending time with the deans, APSSs, and district team members for 2 days. Thanks to those of you who stopped by for our Dean Days. There you go. We had a Dean retreat in July where we focused a lot on culture and the work that the deans do to improve culture in the buildings and support our students. Having served as a dean for many years, I am passionate about this position and understand firsthand that our teams need support, ongoing professional development, and collaboration. I am hopeful that I can bring these things to this group. 9 of the 19 deans are in their first or second year on the job, and 3 of the APSSs are new to their positions this year. I surveyed everyone in student services and special ed at the end of the school year, and using data from those surveys of these teams, it was very clear that we need to prioritize systems, communication, and consistency across the district in response to student behavior. It was important that they had tangible materials when they left to go back to the buildings and kick off the school year. We had the opportunity to spend an afternoon with Laura Knittel discussing our legal updates, scenarios, and lessons learned in some of our highest profile cases last year. I felt really good at the end of the 2 days that our deans felt empowered to go back and lead in their buildings. We will be having weekly meetings, which they have never had before, but we will meet every Thursday morning during PLC time from 7:30 to 8 o'clock on Zoom. to share resources and support each other. They left with updated shared resources, letters, expectations, defined responsibilities, interventions, and awesome energy to start the year. I'm really excited to work with this group. And there are a few specific goals that we're working on around communication, collaboration, and consistency. Definitely improve systems, and then we will be meeting weekly, working on restorative practices, practicing consistency across our solution-finding teams in every building, sharing resources, and coming up with additional interventions to best support our kids in the buildings as alternatives to suspension.
Questions? Okay. You're off the hook
Kendrick,
this
I
time.
just, real quick, I just want to say, I think what you done with the retreat and everything is a great job. I think the deans are probably very grateful for your direction, the tools that you provided them, and I'm really excited to have you in the role and see how it goes, everything for the year. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Kendrick. Next, we're 771 Teaching and Learning. Dr. Lopez.
Yeah, I just wanted to share an update about all the things that happened in the summer. And I think I've got a slide. There's one other one, different one before that. It has Hersey High School on it.
No,
It has Hersey High School on it, no?
he's trying to find it.
Anyway,
There
so,
we go.
yeah, that was it. So we had about 3,000 students participate in our summer programming. As far as coursework, about 70% were in person, 30% were online. You can see with our credit recovery program, we have about 79% pass rate. There's some students that do go into the school year with an incomplete that they'll still finish credit recovery. We actually had more students in Get Ahead courses than we did in credit recovery by about 100 or so students, 150 more students. We still ran our transition programs. We also ran Excelling in Honors and AP. We sort of rebuilt that in line for Auto Accelerate, those students that typically wouldn't have been in honors. We did special invitations for them to come in during the summer. We had about 375 students in the mix of these programs, these transition programs, from Bridge to High School to Excelling in Honors and AP. And then we had our typical programs, International Academy. All of our classes were at Hersey with the exception of Extended School Year, which was hosted here at the Academy at Forest View. And as always, we had 275 students in internships this summer, so I'm sure in the next coming months we'll have videos of some of those experiences that we'll get to enjoy. And then the other piece is talent development program I wanted to highlight, so that's the other slide you had up. So as always, these are some cool pictures just from the summer. Lots of exciting things. I wanted to highlight one, you can see the list of classes that occurred. The college application Head Start for First Gen seniors, I visited that class, which had 3 of our schools partnering to deliver it, Elk Grove, Wheeling, and Meadows. Our post-secondary counselors, Tony Myosic, Joanne Amador Zapata, and Cara Fisher. And they were it was all week. They had 60 students. They had a morning session, afternoon session. It was just such a positive program, helping students be ready with their full application to apply for college. These are all first-gen students who may not have somebody else in their family who has gone through the process before, and it's only the second year they do it, so I was really excited that they hosted that. And then the other, on the bottom right, a not typical part of our program, and I know Bill Dusting's probably going to talk about it because he visited. We had 2 students from Wildstang Robotics that graduated from our schools, went to U of I to be engineers, and they wanted to give back. So they started a camp for sort of Lego robotics that we hosted here in the room right behind us. There were about 65 students involved. There were 14 volunteers, which were our current students and alumni that came back from Wildstang. And those kids just had this wonderful time. Now in my new office, I get to look out my window and I could see all the parents waiting there for their little kids to come out. It was 5th grade through 8th grade. The parents come in on the last day and the kids do a whole presentation about what they learned. It was just such a positive experience. And so that concludes my report. Just a great summer with lots of things happening.
Thank you. Board members.
I just wanted to thank Dr. Lopez. My daughter took advantage of the Get Ahead course.
Oh, good.
Much to the dismay of her parents, because we had to figure out how we're going to get her to and from the class, but she loved the experience. I mean, it helped that it was at Hersey, which is her home school, but overall, just the communication between her and the teacher, because she worked in the morning, so she was there usually an hour late, but everything was just top-notch, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Board members? Yeah, go ahead.
I will say this, the robotics camp that was conducted here, the final day was as exciting as any athletic event you could go to. When they got the robots working on the table, they had like 6 or 8 tables set up with teams, and they had 2 or 3 robots on a table that they programmed to do certain things, and and they had a contest, and it was exciting. It was really exciting. They did a great job.
All student run and led.
Yep.
Amazing.
Thank you. Okay, we have one action item this evening. It's accounts payable. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I think we should pay the bills.
Only money.
Call the roll.
Palmer.
Aye.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Dustling.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Rauch.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye, thank you.
Motion carries 6-0.
So I need a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of discussing the employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in an educational setting, or legal counsel for a public body, and student discipline. A motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Please call roll.
Dustling.
Yes.
Rauch.
Aye.
Fiorito.
Yes.
Heineman.
Aye.
Palmer.
Aye.
And Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Before we go, we will have action after closed session. How long do you think closed session is? 15 minutes, okay, let's go.
Remind them.
Okay, we are back from closed session. We have one action item, 10.1. Mr. Fiorito, please.
I make a motion to approve the personal transaction report for Thursday, August 8th, 2024.
Second?
Motion and a second. Discussion? Please call the roll.
Fiorito,
Yes.
Welk,
Aye.
Dustling,
Yes.
Heineman,
Aye.
Palmer,
Aye.
and Kreutzer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn, please.
Just a second.
Oh.
May I make a personal observation for myself? 56 years ago today, I landed in San Francisco coming from Vietnam to meet my wife. Since that time, I've been trying to figure out what happened in the Vietnam War. I'm not any closer now than I was before. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
56 years ago.
Yeah, 56 years ago. I was 8.
Motion and second to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second?
Call the roll.
Fiorito?
Yes.
Welk,
Aye.
Dustling,
Yes.
Heineman, Palmer,
Aye.
and
Have a-
Kreutzer.
Aye. Board members, if you want to go the first day of school, remember it's Wednesday, and contact the principal if you're going to be there.
Have a great year, kids.
Have a great opening of
Great
school.
year.
Good night.
Good night.